you evaluate your backup quarterbacks? What did you see out of them?
I saw a lot of plays, so we're giving them plenty of turns with different lines and different situations. You know, you guys know me. I don't say much even after games till we watch the video. You know, some guys, you know, the second line's different than the first line. Second defense is different than the first defense. So, you know, all that comes into what I'm looking for is the ability to communicate what we're trying to do, the ability to communicate with guys on the field, move the football and communicate that way. So, you know, I thought obviously they've all improved in their mechanics and how they're doing things. So, you know, I just got to look at the film and see, you know, where it is. Some guys were I don't think any of them were particularly poor. I think, you know, it's just a degree of how they're doing things and how they're going to continue to get better.
And you won't narrow anything down until you look at the film?
No, I don't ever do that. I mean,
I don't. Who the backup is going to be, or the order?
No, I've never walked off the field and said, you know, I've never done that.
Well, I thought over the last week maybe you had, though not just today, that you were starting to narrow things down.
Yeah, well, we got time.
Thursday,
we don't play until 2 weeks.
On Thursday, you talked about having 31 new guys that were going to be out there for
There's
the first
a bunch
time.
of them out there.
How'd you feel about, you know, some of those youngsters?
There's so many of them out there. I don't even know. You know, like I said, I got to watch the video. We played them all. I don't think. I think every guy out of the 105 played out there today. So that was the key to get them on video. We had a bunch of plays, 70-some plays without the kicking plays. You know, so really giving them an opportunity to, particularly these young guys in the D-line, in the front and in the secondary, and those receivers, they got a bunch of snaps, and those are the guys that we really wanted to pay attention to today.
Were you pleased with how Kenny did when he did get an opportunity to play with the ones?
I was pleased with all those guys. You know, I think, like I said, the mechanics of the position are as important to me, meaning the communication from the sideline to him, because we don't huddle, the ability to get us in the right play based on that, the ability to communicate with the other 10 guys, and the ability to move the ball, and you know, so I think mechanically and operationally, I think they all did well, including Kenny. And I think the evaluation comes off of, all right, now let me look at the video and see, you know, progression-wise, are we doing the right things? Are we getting to a play that is favorable for us? Not necessarily the best play or the right play, but getting us out of bad situations and trying to put us in and that's the hardest thing for young guys. You know, the more you play, the better off you are. So, you know, we'll see.
Is it accurate to say Johnny looked like Johnny as well out there tonight?
You know, he played. He was disappointed. You know, a little bit. You could see it at the end. He's trying to make every play. You know, but that's about how he does things all the time. And you know, we continue to discuss different things, and you know, he's going through progressions. And he blames me. He says the reason he doesn't run around at practice because I blow the whistle, and so. That's probably true, but you know that's part of it. And we just gotta, you know, we'll continue to practice all those guys. And he's a competitor, and he wants to be perfect out there. And because of that, you know, I don't think he's ever really leaving the football field that happy, you know. And so, you know, we're practicing, we're getting better, and I think the people around him, particularly in that first unit, are getting better. I think our protection was excellent with the ones. And when you talk about protection, you're talking about, you know, Trey Williams now turning into an every down back. The reason everybody says, well, why didn't he play against LSU? Why didn't he play against? He wasn't ready. You know, there's a lot of different schemes and blitzes that we saw from some elite teams last year that he was not ready to play as an every down back. And he's shown us through fall camp that his game has changed, and he can play every down. And he can do that. You know, there's no question that he's gotten better. And Trey Carson, you know, so we put a lot of pressure on those two guys because we know what Ben can do. And I was pleased that that's part of the protection that nobody talks about, along with our receivers knowing when to break off routes and do things. So you know, I thought they operated not great. But I think the first group, regardless of who the quarterback, I think that we're heading the right direction with 2 weeks to go, and we got to get the backup guys to come along with us, and some of them showed good flashes, and some of them still got ways to go.
As an organization, how much closer are you guys, if at all, to making a decision on Johnny's playing status?
As a what?
As a program, as an organization in school, how much closer are you guys?
Probably no different than it was the first time we talked about it.
For Malcolm Kennedy, is today just a representation of what his falls look like?
Yeah, he's probably one of the most improved players on the team. So, you know, he has come light years since last summer. And I think, you know, nobody knew who he was the first 6 games of the year. And, you know, he continued to get better. Obviously, catch at Alabama was big for him, and continued to develop confidence down the stretch, and became a real leader for us this summer. And I think you can see the confidence that he has playing, and the confidence the quarterbacks have in him.
You assess your kicking today, Coach?
You know, spotty. So, you know, we got new guys back there, and he made all his extra points. Probably, I don't know, what was he, 50% on the field goals? Some of them were a little bit long. There's a little more wind today. Surprised to see a north wind, which I know makes it cooler here. You can count on one hand how many times I've been in the stadium there's been a north wind. So that was a little bit different. It was a cross deal too. So, but you know, the extra points were good. I thought he's got good distance. He's still working on it, but that's a part that we continue to work with. Obviously, I thought Kaiser punted the ball excellently today. We're working on coverage because of how far he's punting the ball. And I never thought I'd worry. I'm not complaining. All right, so you know, you get what you get, but that's why we're working on coverage today, because he has shown a strong leg, and you know, he was punting with the wind today, but even with that, he was all 4 of those punts. You know, we asked him to be consistent, and he was pretty consistent today, whether we're straight on or we rolled him. So hopefully we don't have to use him that much, but if we do, and when we do, we can get that kind of consistency out of him, and we can cover like we did today.
How serious is the Shazier?
He's got a broken thumb.
You anticipate him missing games because of it?
He's got a broken thumb. You got to be surprised I even said that.
I am.
Tyrell Taylor look like he's in the backfield. Are you starting to see that more consistently out of him?
I don't know. You know, I saw it against the 2s.
Yeah.
So I didn't see it against the 1s.
Got a little taste of what to expect from Quiv Gonzalez, didn't we?
Fast.
Were you surprised he got caught?
I don't know who caught him.
I can't remember.
They were probably it was probably a safety
Floyd
that was already back there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was probably 25 yards deep already. He wouldn't have caught him if it was even.
Anything else? Can you just talk about how this sets you up for, you know, 2 weeks now?
Yeah, you know, it's 2 weeks, and it's a little bit different for us this year because school doesn't start for another week, which is a great deal with a young team. So, you know, we actually have 2 more days of 2-a-days. We'll go 2 on Monday and 2 on Wednesday. Usually, everybody, well, in the last, since the rules changed, we've usually only had 3 total. So we've had 3 already. You know, guys looked a little tired today. But, you know, we'll give them we don't practice on Sunday, and we'll come back and we'll get those couple days, and then we'll start working on preparation for Rice probably Thursday.
Heck of a crowd for a practice, wasn't it?
That's good. You know, I appreciate everybody coming. I thought, you know, I didn't know. Everybody said, well, there's going to be a bunch of people there. You know, you get so wrapped up in what you're doing. But yeah, I appreciate everybody coming. I think it'll be good. You know, next week we've got fan appreciation, and we're starting to close things down. And you know, it may be that this has been the only open practice too. So it might be that might have something to do with it also.
When would there be another one? I don't think there'd be another one.
No, there's Rice at noon.